Do you suffer from FOMO? Fear of missing out on your favorite sporting event when you're away from home? With ipVanish VPN, you don't have to worry about streaming content over unsafe or restricted Wi-Fi to watch your favorite events. ipVanish VPN allows you unlimited and secure streams to all your favorite sporting events. Don't let unsafe Wi-Fi and ISP throttling stop you from cheering on your home team or favorite athletes. Get ipVanish VPN now.
Have a look at that link there. You'll get 83% off of that VPN. If you want to watch Match of the Day, if you want to watch the highlights of West Ham and you're all over the world and you want to watch British telly, then check out that VPN because you'll get access to it. It is fantastic. The link will be in the description. Of course, you can hover your phone over that QR code as well. I'm here to bring you the Nuno post-match press conference. And to be honest with you, when it comes to West Ham, man, I can't compute. I mean, I'm over the moon we got the victory, but I just genuinely can't compute the decision-making for the positives and the decision-making for the negatives. But, you know, I'm all over the place when it comes to a West Ham fan. But Nuno was in his post-match press conference. West Ham did beat Newcastle 3-1 at home, and I think I'm more flabbergasted than anyone else in here and listening to me right now is saying. So let me get started on what he said. He said it was very important. He said the way the game started, we started really well. We hit the post in a fantastic move. Then they go on the back on the counter and they score. It felt like everything again was against us. We had a penalty overruled, but the team kept going. The boys kept working very hard, organised and playing good. And I think there were moments before we scored the first goal that we felt that the goal was there and truly deserved. I think we achieved the draw. And then the second goal, because the ambition was there, that's for us the most important aspect of the game, the way we reacted against adversity. And I think that's something we've not seen for such a long time. And even though that in the second half we expected and we did sit back and we invited a lot of pressure, we still held up our end of the bargain as such, and individual players stepped up to the mark. And I feel like that work that Nuno has been putting in on the park and in training has really paid dividends to West Ham, and then we've seen that in the game against Newcastle. Newcastle are no team that we should be, you know, thinking. I mean, right now in the Premier League, we fear nearly every team that we play against. So, you know, beating Newcastle is a big feat for West Ham today, especially at home, especially when we feel the pressure like West Ham do at home. We've not won a league game since February, and we've secured one in November, and we need to build momentum with that as well. So let me know your thoughts on what he says in his first statement. The next one was about the confidence, and what he goes on and he says about that is, he said, I think to win the way we did it, I think for us it's to realise how important it is that we have to be organised, how important it is to work off the ball, and how important it is to be compact, to be together, to not allow teams to play freely, because after we have the ball we can consider and go forward. But as long as we are basically compact and solid in the way we want to approach the competition in the Premier League especially, we cannot afford to not work harder, to sacrifice ourselves. So what the message, and that's why the boys need to play. And I think we've seen that today, because we do, and I genuinely do think that when you look around the whole team, I couldn't really and struggled really to put a note on someone who struggled in the game. I think everyone stepped up when they needed to step up, and it's the first time in such a long time that I've seen West Ham collectively as a unit work together. And I think that was what we saw on the park, and I think it was really good. And I think as long as we can keep that momentum, and that's the key, and he says it a lot in this press conference, that's the levels we need to go to. And if that's the levels we need to go to, we cannot drop those levels whatsoever. There you go, you've set the bar, and West Ham need to continue with that standard. The next thing he was talking about was the performance itself. He says the reaction of the team, we had a penalty overruled, so many things against us, but we still believe, and that is a major step in the way we approach a game, and we have to keep that approach moving forward when we go a goal down. And that's something that we're so used to doing in the last year, to suddenly then turning it around, equalising, getting a goal to go 2-1 up, and even though we scored in the 97th minute, still taking that victory and just solidifying it by getting a third goal. It's always going to help our goal difference as well, but it is a major step in the way that we approach a game, which I totally, wholeheartedly believe is true. And then, of course, he was asked about our wonderful fans, and he went on and he said the following. He said, we realise the hard moments, that we've all had, all these things, but we gave them a little and they gave us so much back. They helped the boys so much in the end. The noise and jumping, you can feel it. It was hard for Newcastle to beat us today because it was more than 60,000 fans. We gave them a little bit. Let's try to give them slightly more against Burnley so they can help us again. For us, for you, for the club, what is more important is for us as the club is that this win means so much. It's a little step, but it means so much, and it really does. You can see the va-va-voom the fans have got, the vibrancy the fans have got, because finally West Ham got a result. West Ham got a result and we put the game to bed. There was squeaky bum time, of course, in the second half, but there was performances to be proud of today. And over the last few games in particular, I've not understood a single thing and decision making that Nuno's done, but today I actually understood every decision that he made, and that is what I give him plaudits for. So well done you, Nuno Espirito Santo. Next up was about Freddie and Matheus. I mean, what can I say? The idea was to control the middle against Newcastle because they have Bruno, they have Joel Linton, they have some quality players, and if you allow them to play free, they're going to put you against the road. So realizing that you had to work very hard was good, and the young guys did it. It was important to see that they were suffering but not conceding. We were being resilient without the ball, realizing that if they were organised, it's hard to beat us. So it's a small step in the way. We had to improve, and it comes down to Freddie Potts. I'll be honest with you, it really does. I think genuinely, I'm one of Matheus Fernandez's biggest fans, and I think he is a vibrant, exciting footballer, and hopefully has a long career at West Ham. And if West Ham keep going the way they're going, I don't think he will have a long career at West Ham, because I think he'll be snapped up and someone will pay stupid money for him, because I think he adds that energy and that drive in the middle of the park. But the reason he could really do it today was because of the young man Freddie Potts, who I'll be talking about in another video. So keep your eyes and ears peeled on that on the YouTube as well. And lastly, it was about asking about being together for that week. He says it's about creating a platform in the week to improve the players individually, and they must get better. And I think we've seen that today in abundance. I even went as far as going and complimenting Kilman, Todibo, Diouf in terms of his defensive ability, and every other player in the park. And when you've got other players that step up to the plate, players who do shine normally, like Somerville, take a little bit of a back seat. And I'm not saying they took a back seat, I'm just saying Paquetá, Fernandez and Potts stole the show in the middle of the park. They dominated everything we needed to do. They've done all their jobs to the highest of standards that allowed everyone else to freely play. Even Callum Wilson for his cameo, even Tommy Souček for his cameo. Everyone done a job today, and that's what I'll take away from this. So if you are watching, do you agree with Nuno's comments? Let me know in the comments section. That's the Nuno Espirito Santo post-match press conference review. Let me know. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. Come on, you irons. Enjoy Sunday night.